It is time to leave pain point marketing at the door. Like, we're done with it. There is a much better way to look at the problems that you're solving for people and attract people that are ready to solve those problems. They are not stuck in the pain, right? Today, I'm getting into it with the human design lens of this and how we can really understand the problem that we're solving and the solution that we're providing for people. I love this topic, like seriously love this topic. And I almost didn't get to record this video because we lost power this morning unexpectedly for like hours for no apparent reason. I don't know, but it's back up and running. I have just a little bit more time before I have to pick up my kids, and I'm so excited to talk about pain points. Okay. So most spiritual entrepreneurs avoid pain points altogether. They will talk about, well, you're struggling really vaguely. I struggle with knowing to trust myself. Or they'll focus only on the transformation. They'll say things like, you really want to live your best life, or have a successful business doing it your way, and really vague things. And I will tell you that the market has shifted so dramatically in the last couple of years that we have to get really specific on what we're good at, right? What we are here to bring to the world, because the fluffy and the vague don't really work, right? If you don't know me, I'm Rachael Weaver, and I help you create a magnetic message using human design. And so let's just get into the human design aspects. Wait, before we do that, I want to talk about how pain point marketing is really attracting disempowered clients. Pain point marketing sounds like you're struggling with X, Y, and Z. You are frustrated with X, Y, Z. It sounds like those types of language. And when we talk about you struggle with getting clients, you are frustrated that you can't find the mate that you want, we're actually calling in someone that is stuck in that pain. And we have to be really, really careful about the context that we put that frustration or struggle in. I want you to think about your most ideal client is ready for transformation. They are ready to be done with the pain and the frustration. What has happened in their life where they're like, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. Those are your most empowered and the clients that you're gonna have the most impact with, okay? Some examples would be like, you're struggling to book clients and everything you try doesn't work. And when we switch this to the person that is ready for the transformation, is you're tired of spinning your wheels, you can do whatever analogy you want, with strategies that aren't you, that don't feel like you, right? And you're ready for a strategy that feels like you and brings you clients that absolutely love you, right? It's a different energy. Can you feel that? Another example would be like, you struggle to make decisions and trust yourself. I just want to say, if someone is doubting and not trusting themselves, how are they going to trust buying from you? Just want to throw that out there. They're not. You're going to have to convince, and we don't want to convince. Convincing is not the vibe, my friends. How can we talk about then making better decisions, trusting themselves, right? I have to think about why don't they trust themselves? What are they ready for now? Right? So the flip of this, the empowered version of this, is you're done with the constant overwhelm. You're ready to create the life that feels more balanced and aligned with your priorities, right? Shifting that from feeling like they're stuck, like truly stuck, to no, they're empowered. They have the tools. You can help, and you are there as the guide. Okay. With that in mind, question for you. I just want to throw this out there. Are you talking to the person that's stuck in the pain? Or are you talking to someone that is empowered to make the change, right? It's the difference between attracting a fence sitter and someone that like tries to question you on your pricing or wants a guarantee, and there's nothing wrong with wanting a guarantee, but it means that they don't trust themselves. They don't trust that they're buying something and that is ultimately going to help them, right? So are you attracting people that are that? Who are you speaking to, right? Is it that person that's really stuck? We need to shift the language that you're using around the things that they're struggling with. The empowered person, the person that is ready to make the change. Now, the human design aspect of it. Where does that come in, right, Rachel? Okay. Undefined centers. When I first understood this concept, it was like a light bulb that went off. Undefined centers are where we absorb the energy of those around us. We experience the energy in lots of different ways, where our defined centers are ones that are consistent. It's the energy stays pretty consistent, right? We experience it in the same ways. So it makes sense that an undefined center, the things that center is about, whether that's the throat center and speaking confidently, being seen and heard, we would be able to understand someone's problem. We'd be able to understand where they're coming from and how they perceive things. So therefore, we can help them move through it. Right? So, looking at your chart, which centers are white or undefined? Those are the places that have their greatest potential of you helping someone solve a problem. It doesn't mean that you can't use your defined centers. I actually have a client that has mostly defined centers, and she was like, "Can I use this one?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." Both Defined and defined have high and low expressions. You can be in the low expression and need help getting to the high expression of a defined center just as much as an undefined center. The undefined centers are typically, though, where we struggle the most, where we have the most conditioning, right? Because it's not a consistent energy. We're feeling it from all angles, and it can be confusing. So, looking at your human design chart, which centers you have open, write them up. We're going to talk about each one really quick and break it down. By the way, if you're interested in the custom report, I tell you what the problems that you can help people solve in that report. So it lays it all out for you. So let's just jump into it. Let's go with the head center. Okay, head center is the one at the top, right? Typically, the head center has a problem of overthinking, mental pressure, trying to find answers, right? It's seeking answers. It wants to know that step by step. And they're seeking some external validation, likely as well. They want to know that how they think about things is correct. How they perceive the world feels okay, right? There's an aspect of fitting in, right? So the problems that we could look at are overthinking, mental pressure, seeking validation, but we want to do it from that empowered space, right? So you're ready to quiet the noise in your mind and trust that inner guidance and make better decisions. You're ready. You're done with your been doing and now you want to do this. Those are all really easy phrases that you can use to help shift the energy of these pain points. Ajna center is the lack of clarity, lack of certainty, fear of being wrong, difficulty presenting ideas, confidence, right? And the empowered way to talk about these are you're tired of overthinking everything. And you can even play with the word everything. Maybe you're tired of overthinking your business decisions, but you trust yourself in other areas. Or you're tired of overthinking your relationships, even though you know that patterns that you're doing keep showing up, right? You're tired of overthinking and ready to trust the clarity and insight that's already within you. Again, giving them that empowered piece. Your empowered client knows that they have the answers. They're just seeking some support, some guidance, right? The throat center is feeling unseen, unheard, fear of not knowing what to say, and trying to force the communication. So a reframe is you're done holding back, right? You've held back too much in the past. You've held back so many times in the past, and that's not okay anymore. You're ready to be seen and heard. You're ready to step out. You're ready for people to see you and the magic of you, right? Okay. G center is a lack of direction, uncertainty around purpose, and identity confusion. The reframe, you're ready to reconnect with your unique path and trust the ability to lead your life with purpose and joy. I wrote all these out because otherwise I would forget. I'd forget the phrase that I want to share. Will center, feeling of unworthiness. You need to prove your worth, right? You're overworking for external validation. So we've been stuck trying to prove your worth, but now you're stepping into self-trust, right? You've taken steps, and the other piece with empowering clients too is that they've maybe taken the steps, but they've fallen back into the same pattern, right? That's okay, right? They know that they need to take the steps and you're there to help solidify that new pattern, that new belief, that new way of being. Emotional center, the solar plexus, struggles are absorbing other people's emotions, emotional overwhelm, fear of emotional intensity, right? Setting boundaries, fearing what other people are going to say. You're done being ruled by other people's emotions, and you're ready for that, for clear boundaries, for emotional resiliency, right? The sacral center struggles to be consistent. They struggle with overcommitting and setting the right boundaries again. So they're ready for boundaries. They're ready to feel like they have control over their energy and they're not overextending themselves all the time. Spleen is holding on to fears, anxiety, staying in unsafe situations, lack of trust in their intuition, right? So they're done living in that fear. They're ready to trust your intuition. You're ready to listen to your own body over what other people are saying. Root, that's the one I forgot. Consistent pressure. This is always like the to-do list never ends with an open root center, right? Chronic stress, difficulty finding calm and balance. The reframe is really being ready to release that pressure. You're ready to stop doing busy work. Like, busy work is not what you're here for. You're ready to actually do needle moving activities if you want to use a business. Whatever. Okay, so I want you to think about, and the custom report will be really helpful for this. It'll give you even more examples of what I'm talking about with these open centers. But I want you to think about the problems that you specifically love to solve. The thing with offers is that if we are not so concrete, so confident, so here that this is the thing I can help you with, we end up being vague in the transformation, vague in the problem, and vague in who it's for. And when that happens, nobody knows what you do, why they should care, and won't sign up. So what is a problem from one of your undefined centers, if you want a place to start? What is a problem that you're like, oh my God, I love helping people solve this problem? Like, meet someone on the street and they're like, I'm struggling with XYZ, and you're like, I can help you. Oh my God, let me help you. So freaking excited. We have to be on fire for the transformation, the solutions that we're giving people, that we can't stop talking about it. If your offers aren't lighting you up in that way, that is an opportunity to look at the problems that you're solving and the solutions that you're giving, hands down. And when we can align them to the ones that are like, oh my God, I love solving this problem, I love helping people get XYZ results, that's when business is in alignment. That's when we feel like business is easy. Business flows. Business doesn't feel like, fuck, I have to market my business again. It just works, right? That's the alignment that we're talking about. Okay? I would love to hear in the comments, what is the problem that you love to solve? And does it align with one of your open centers? I would absolutely love to hear if you want to write it in the comments. But go grab that custom report, because it's going to show you so much of how to use your human design in your messaging and allow you to go, this is what I've been wanting to talk about. I will encourage you till the end of my days that we have to be in alignment with ourselves first before going out and creating messaging and offers and all the things, because we know as spiritual entrepreneurs, like, it is heart first. Absolutely. Heart first. We come with our gifts. It is not necessarily initially about money. We have to build a business, right? We have to profit, but we have to do it in a way that feels good for us. And human design is the way that shows you how to do it in alignment with you, in a way that feels good for everyone. It's not convincing. It's not painting. It's not pain. It's not shame. It's just, here is how I help you, and here's what life is going to look like after. So I'd love to know. Drop it in the comments, and I will see you next week. I love this topic, so if you have questions on this topic or want to know more about, go deeper into this, let me know in the comments as well. I would love to do even more videos on this. So that's it, my friends.